Hello friends, and once again a very warm welcome to We Lounge, an initiative brought to you by the DLP division of Wellington College. My name is Rohan Sequeira, and I'm here today sitting across a very distinguished gentleman, a person we're very privileged to interview today. He is the Vice President of Supply Chain Management, Indirect Material and Export Control and Customs at Siemens Limited. Someone who's been in the industry of logistics for over 2 decades. Good evening, sir, and thank you for taking your time out to be with us here
My
today.
pleasure.
So, well, sir, it's been a long journey, and we'll get to our first question. How's this journey been so far?
This journey was really incredible. When I started, there were hardly few people who were involved into supply chain or their choice was supply chain. From that, coming to this almost to the pinnacle and sharing my knowledge and experience is a wonderful journey.
Wow, fantastic, sir. And how did this industry happen to you, considering that your whole career has been in this industry itself?
When I started, there were hardly few people whose first choice was a supply chain. That time it is called as procurement.
Right.
And when I looked at, I found there is importance because you cannot manufacture something without getting a raw materials or components.
True.
Secondly, what you manufacture, if you cannot supply finished good to customer, it is of no use.
Absolutely.
So I kept the faith.
Right.
In that time called procurement, it's now logistics or supply chain, and the journey progressed.
Absolutely.
And I found it was worth really investing my career or so many years into this area.
Absolutely, sir. And you are a stalwart of the industry in supply chain management, absolutely. And it's been almost 26 years now that you've been with the company, with Siemens Limited, and you've seen all sides of the business. So how does it feel to be associated with this company for decades now?
I will say that the loyalty pays on long term.
Right.
No doubt about it. When you say you are 76 years with Siemens, I find that it's not the only same job I'm doing. I was working with one of the best electronics factory in India.
Right.
To begin with. Then I was handling, so I know the factory supply procurement or supply chain. Then I looked at the project supply chain.
Right.
Then I was handling the corporate, from looking at corporate procurement, then import exports and something called as indirect material. So it has been various departments which are totally different.
Right.
But connected with supply chain. So I never felt that I am doing same job year and year same. It was new challenges every year, every time with new areas.
Wonderful, sir. So great new challenges throughout this journey, but definitely a sensational journey considering it's been a quarter of a century now with one company. So we're actually quite intrigued to know how was the company like when you joined it then, and what difference do you see in it now in 2013?
Yeah, it was different, definitely. When I joined, the company was small, just around 3,000 people,
right,
with close to 4 to 5 factories. Now, there are 23 factories, 56 locations, various R&D centers,
right,
the service and the software development with close to around 19,000 people.
Wow.
So it has changed drastically.
Wow, it has. It's grown drastically, changed drastically. And what difference in Mr. Pramod Sant do we see from the time that he joined Siemens to now, sir?
I joined as a fresh graduate engineer.
Right.
From that to now, I can see that one, the knowledge, and I have become a process-oriented person. One of the most important things Siemens is that I have a global exposure.
Right.
Of Siemens. So we have an experience of 100+ countries. So I get that global knowledge.
Absolutely. Siemens' heritage in India dates right back to 1867, when it began laying the world's first undersea cable from London to Kolkata. Siemens set up a branch in India as early as 1922 in Mumbai and Kolkata. It started operations as the Siemens division of Protos Engineering, a local contracting company. Siemens was engaged in sales and service of their own brand of switchgears and switchboards. Its first workshop was located under the bridge of what is today the Mahalakshmi railway station in Mumbai. The Siemens Group in India has emerged as a leading inventor, innovator, and implementer of leading-edge technology-enabled solutions operating in the core business segments of industry, energy, healthcare, and infrastructure. The group's business is represented by various companies that span across these various segments. Siemens brings to India state-of-the-art technology that adds value to customers through a combination of multiple high-end technologies for complete solutions. The group has the competence and capability to integrate all products, systems, and services. It caters to industry needs across market segments by undertaking complete projects such as hospitals, airports, and industrial units. The group comprises of 13 companies providing direct employment to over 19,000 persons. Currently, the group has 23 manufacturing plants, a wide network of sales and service offices across the country, as well as 2,000 channel partners in India. Today, Siemens, with its world-class solutions, plays a key role in India's quest for developing modern infrastructure. Well, we have once again Mr. Pramod Sant here with us, and we will now talk about the company. Well, sir, Siemens touches every life of India in some way or the other every day, and you handle one of the critical processes in the chain. So how critical is your job in this aspect?
The supply chain plays a very important and critical role in Siemens. If you look at Siemens, we have 4 verticals. One of the very important vertical is a healthcare.
Right.
You must be aware of the various products like CT, MRI in hospitals.
Absolutely.
They deal with really the life of patient. So we have a responsibility to keep around 99% uptime for that.
Right.
And any delay into spare parts will affect the human life.
Absolutely.
So it is so critical.
Right.
You are aware when we have a power plant and supplies to power plants, you know when there is no light, how the life gets affected.
Absolutely.
We also are having critical areas like trains, coaches, rapid metros. So anything which to do with human is very important.
Absolutely.
And the supply chain has a more role to play because we are on background, but any material reaching customer delay will affect customer and the human life. So the supply chain is really critical in Siemens.
Absolutely. So we see it as this is basically an underlying aspect that supply chain, though not directly seen, we understand from Mr. Sant how very important it is to every single process. Now, with the scenario of qualified professionals in the industry, what is their requirement in this industry?
Presently today there is definitely a shortage of a skill or a knowledgeable people in supply chain, and the requirement of industry, and there is a definitely gap of people who are coming out of institutions.
Right. Well, you're talking about institutions now, sir. What do you think that the education system of India could address the gap between this industry requirement as to what's being taught in classrooms and what finally is required as experience in companies as such?
Yeah. We find that when we take a fresh engineer or a fresh qualified person, it takes roughly 3 to 4 years to really him to deliver the really good output.
Right.
The gap between what is happening into institution and what is required is definitely a little larger.
Right.
And however, we find that there is definitely a good science. Many institutions takes the input from industry,
Right.
to keep on improvising on their contents of the course and curriculums. Further, we find that this gap can be reduced by industry and a institution collaboration by guest lectures, lecture by industry people,
Right.
the internship, doing projects, all that will reduce this gap, and institutions will be able to deliver people who are really can be used very fast.
Absolutely. So ready for the industry.
Yeah, ready for the industry.
Absolutely, sir. So what do you think the SCM team of any company would hold a place in the executive committee, and how critical is this for the SCM function of that organization?
In past, the SCM was having not that importance, but today the importance of SCM is growing, I must say. Many of the organizations you will find SCM head reporting to either CEO or CFO. And in Siemens also, for example, I am a part of a leadership team of CEO,
Right.
and the SCM role is a very important strategic. If any organization is putting a new plant, then the location must be, if the SCM don't give inputs, then you have to, from where you will get raw material, from where you will have the cluster of suppliers, from where you will deliver, how will be your distribution channel. This all will increase the cost if SCM don't give the inputs.
True.
Similarly, the design requires a lot of inputs from the supply chain.
Right.
So select the right raw materials at the cost competitive ways. So the SCM importance is growing, and I think it will further grow based looking at the competition which every company is facing.
Absolutely, sir. So all the main ideas going into drawing the blueprints actually coming in from SCM, supply chain management. And sir, what would you say, there's been a certain surge in business since e-commerce boom. So does it have any impact to Siemens in any way?
No, e-commerce boom has got actually no impact on Siemens, but based on e-commerce boom, we are using the various tools to improve the productivity efficiency of the Siemens
Right.
and SCM team.
Absolutely, sir. And who would you consider as your competitors?
If you look at Siemens is having a large variety of technologies and business segments.
Right.
So none of our competitor can match Siemens today.
Across the entire spectrum.
The entire sector.
Absolutely, sir. And Siemens has grown phenomenally. And what is the sustainable competitive advantage it has to be where it is, and what are the plans for the coming years?
I cannot reveal plans directly, but I can tell that we have a long-term vision.
Right, sir.
To have a profitable and sustainable growth.
Absolutely, sir. And what is social media to a company like Siemens now?
Okay, the Siemens is very active into social media, Facebook and Twitter. So
Right.
we have at least around 3 lakhs plus fans on Facebook.
Wow.
And Siemens Facebook name is Siemens Pay It Forward.
Right, sir.
And Twitter handle is at Siemens India.
Okay.
So do follow us on Facebook.
Absolutely, absolutely, sir.
And
in fact, we're going to be adding on to those 3 lakhs now.